face of Pennsylvania students is changing. By the numbers, in the state's 500 school districts, 679,952 qualify for free or reduced lunches. More than 42,000 don't speak English as their primary language, and 18,000 students are considered homeless.
Welcome back to this Learning Matters special, where we are discussing the financial crisis facing school districts in our area. There's been a lot of talk about who's getting what money, so the State Department of Education has set up a website where you can check out exactly how much money, how much of an increase your individual school district is getting during this budget. And it looks pretty good overall. But there are many across the state and the Susquehanna Valley who would say it really doesn't tell the whole story. I'm joined now by Dr. Don Bell with the Northern Lebanon County School District, and we're going to kind of pick apart the finances of your school district.
Sure.
According to the website, it says that you are getting a 3.68% increase, which is about $400,000. Doesn't sound bad.
No, and it's actually true. But the way we spend that money is controlled really by other people, including the Commonwealth.
So we're going to take a closer look. This pile of money represents the $400,000 increase that Northern Lebanon County School District is set to receive in this school budget. So what do you do with the money?
Well, the first thing that happens is we're going to take out a part of the money that actually is a little bit controlled, and it's really only three piles. This large sum of money of the $400,000, we basically turn around and ship $365,000 back to the Commonwealth to pay for the retirement system. We don't control that payment. They tell us what that payment has to be. So the money that we get, the majority of it goes right back to the Commonwealth. That leaves us with $35,000, three piles of money. Originally, what that was to be used for in our district would be increased transportation costs and increased Social Security costs. However, a recent mandate that just came out will mandate us to actually hire another individual who will be a certified trainer. That certified trainer is really going to cost us about $35,000. So now of the $400,000 pot that we're given, I'm empty. But that's not the end of the story, because we also will receive reductions in 2 grants, and that total reduction of those grants is $150,000 for the children. So what ends up happening when you see that we're getting $400,000, in the end, that's all going out to mandates that are put upon us. And in addition to that, they're taking more money that comes out of our pocket to cut programs that are being utilized for kids, such as tutoring programs, summer academy programs, and those types of things. So quite frankly, we have an empty box. That's all we're left with, an empty box. And because now we're losing money, we're going to really ship the box back to the state too.
So you've got really very little to work with, and you were explaining to me this funding takes you back to 2008.
2008 is where the funding is, and it's really something that obviously the cost that we all see as individuals as well as school districts, we're not paying 2008 costs for products that we would be utilizing.
So it's very deceiving when you see a 3.68% increase. Really, you're seeing a decrease in funding.
Absolutely. The true answer is that we're seeing a decrease. The Commonwealth is saying that there's an increase. The answer is yes to both, but you can't just look at one side and not the other.
So what's the message that you would send to the people of your school district and the people across the Susquehanna Valley when they take a look at those numbers?
Well, when they look at the numbers, they need to decide what is it underneath that chart in the really, really small print that is really being shipped back out, meaning what's going back to the Commonwealth to pay for the retirement, to pay for those things. Basically, what I'm telling people is this: don't just necessarily blindly believe this large sum of money is going to the school districts without mandates of where it must be spent. And ultimately, what I'm telling the parents and the grandparents is this: your children are not receiving additional funding from the Commonwealth to receive a quality education. What they're going to see is decreased and cut programs. And that's something that I, as an individual superintendent, can't stand for, and they shouldn't stand for as parents and grandparents.